He's about to kick off. Welcome, everybody, for this Zverev stream. We got Swiatek taking on Lee. She's had a couple of set points. Swiatek, but Lee still not done in this set yet. Zverev is playing against Navone. Tricky matchup. As Lee forehand to the forehand of Swiatek. Forehand from Lee. Again to the forehand of Swiatek up the line. Lee backhand. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Lee forehand. Winner. Okay, tiebreak. But yeah, Zverev, Navone, they are battling. Navone took out Borges in the first round. Never played before. But Zverev against Argentine players, for some reason, he does seem to have an awkward time against the South Americans. For whatever reason, you know, Cerundolo's been pushed him. Baez has pushed him in the past. We see Fonseca obviously took him to 3 sets the other week. So yeah, Zverev versus South Americans can be a bit sketchy. And for somebody who has Zverev in their ATP fantasy team, I'm a little nervous. Not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. All right, who's winning this tiebreak, chat? Swiatek 7-5, 7-9-7. Swiatek, okay. Swiatek's had 2 set points. Leah's already had set point as well before Swiatek broke back. Remember that? All right, one love Swiatek. By the way, Swiatek's already played an hour in this match. The whole first round went for like an hour and 10. So this first set is a marathon in comparison to her first round. All right. Return goes in the backhand of Lee. Backhand has Swiatek sliced. Lee forehand is Swiatek pass. Lee volley. Too good. 1-1. 1-1. Let's see if Zverev has more zip in his step this morning. Yeah. Yeah, he looked a little bit tired in Munich. Looked a little tired. All right, 1-1. As the return goes into the form of Lee. Lee overhits it. 2-1 Swiatek. Mini break. All right, 2-1. Serving to the backhand of Lee. Return goes to forehand of Swiatek. Lee. Forehand to the forehand of Swiatek. Lee goes up the line. Off the tape. Oh, it goes over. Lee gets the point. A little bit lucky. 2-0. Lucky Lee. Now it's Zverev Navone about to walk out on court. Also, Blocked and Nakashima are 1 set all. And FAA won the first set of his match. All right, first serve's a fault. Swiatek second serve. And to the forehand of Lee. Forehand from Swiatek to the forehand of Lee. Swiatek up the line, winner for 3-2 Swiatek. All right, 3-2. Swiatek on serve. Oh, Block's just got the break. There you go. All right, ace from Lee. And they change ends. 3-0. 3-3. All right, Lee serves again. As the return goes in the forehand of Lee, she comes to the net. Swiatek pass. Lee with a volley. Swiatek lob. Goes long. 4-3 Lee. 4-3 Lee. All right, back to Swiatek. Swiatek serves. Serve into the backhand of Lee. Return to the backhand of Swiatek. Lee forehand into the backhand of Swiatek as Lee shanks it long and it's 4-0. Cam, do you think Swiatek has peaked? Genuine question, no shade. No, I don't think Swiatek's peaked. I think a lot of players have improved and gotten better, like Gauff and Sabalenka, Raducanu, and got more consistent. But no, I don't think she's peaked. I think she went away. I think when everybody else started getting better, she thought the way to get better again was to try and play like the big hitters. And she took in the net for 5-4. And I think over the last 18 months, trying to get bigger serving, trying to be more aggressive, kind of was away from how she got to the top in the first place. She felt I reckon she felt the pressure of Raducanu, Penko, all those players being aggressive, and she thought, oh shit, I need to be more aggressive. I need to make them run. As the backhand return from Swiatek goes in, and then a smash from Lee, and she's got 2 set points, Lee 6-4. But in the process, went away from what got her to the top and made her less consistent. So then she was starting to lose to players that we never thought she would. And that's going to take time to undo, because when bringing on Roige is to go back to that. And she said in recent interviews, I want to go back to that, more defensive style, more rally style. As Swiatek returned to the front of Lee. Lee up the line to the back of Swiatek. Lee, drop shot. It's too good. Lee breaks, he holds, whatever she does. I don't know. She won the tiebreak. What's that called? She won. Tiebreak, 7-6, goes to Lee. Beautiful drop shot to finish. So I think Swiatek is just trying to go, revert back to what got her to the top in the first place. Because that was a better strategy because then she could beat everybody except for those couple of players. Whereas with the more aggressive strategy, she was losing to players that we wouldn't think that she would lose to. Does that make sense? So I don't think she's what was the word you used? I don't think she has peaked. Because she's only 24. So, all right. 7 winners and 23 errors by Swiatek. 13 winners and 30 errors from Lee. That was not a pretty set. 4 breaks of serve, 2 each. All right, but Lee takes the first in just over an hour. All right. So Zverev versus Navone. They're about to kick off. And the winner will play against the winner of at Atman and Humbert, and Atman just won the first set. So Atman versus the winner of this match at the moment is what it seems to be. But yeah, I don't think Swiatek's peaked. I think if Swiatek was like 30, different story. But I don't think Swiatek... I don't think she's peaked. I think it's too early to say that. It's just that other players got better. And also, yeah, she did lose that aura of like invincibility, right? A little bit. Because there was a while there where like not even the best players could get near her. But I think now a lot of players go, okay, she's not unbeatable. And they all get belief that they can take her on. All right. But Lee takes the first 7-6. But it's going to take some time. Like, Roige isn't going to come in and completely, and within 1 week, completely revolutionize Swiatek's game. It's going to take a little bit of time. But I think she's made the right step to pick him out of all the coaches she could have picked. I still think, and I stand by this, I still think Wim Fizet deserved the chance to defend Wimbledon with Swiatek, but obviously they parted ways. And I think Wim Fizet's probably going to team up with another big player pretty soon anyway. Don't know which one, but there's a lot of players that are switching coaches right now, so I'm sure he'll get a job pretty quick with another superstar player. But getting Roige, and this is the thing, right? It's like... It's weird in tennis because coaches do change all the time, right? There's coaching changes all the time. But there is also like, if you've got a coach, but then another coach become available that you think could help your game more, and you're struggling with your current coach, as savage as it is, you've got to ditch your coach to get the coach that's available, because Roige was only available because, him and GMP stopped working together. Like timing, right? It was all about timing. Whereas if Roige was coaching somebody and wasn't available, maybe Swiatek would have kept Fizet. So you got to think that there was a reason why it kind of was like, okay, well, me and Wim are not working together anymore. And then she goes, but he's available and I want him to coach me, right? So there is that kind of like timing of things too. And I'm not saying that Swiatek, only cut ties with Wim to get Roige, but the timing works out really well. And it's happened with other players too in other situations where this coach becomes available and then this player decides to split with their coach and then they get to team up and all that stuff. It happens, right? It's going to happen that way. Especially when there's like limited superstar coaches floating around as well, right? All right, Zverev's going to serve first, by the way. So yeah, but I think Roige is the best, like, out of all the coaches in the world, I think Roige and Swiatek, it feels like it's a perfect match. The Rafa connection's there. The strategy would be there, right? Swiatek's weapons and her style, like with what Roige brings to the table and what he has worked with Rafa for, right? I mean, it seems like it's just like the perfect match. And the respect already there because obviously with the Rafa connection, just so many things. Why are we watching Swiatek today but not Raducanu yesterday? She's number 2 and number 4 is Swiatek. Because I didn't think Raducanu would have a problem yesterday. And also there was like 7 matches at the same time yesterday. I didn't want to watch any. I wanted to watch a couple. I thought it's like Zverev, right? We don't watch him every day, even though he's higher ranked than Fonseca. Or, some other players that we watch more often. That's just the way it is. Blame the schedule. But we will be watching Raducanu tomorrow, so I hope you're here first thing. You're the first person in the chat when we watch Raducanu tomorrow. Because you want to watch it so badly, we're going to watch it tomorrow. So I hope you're here first. You're first in line. As soon as I schedule that stream for tomorrow, you get in here and you say, I'm first. Because you want to watch him. And we are going to watch her because you want to watch her. And also, I want to watch it. I wish we did watch it yesterday, but the schedule was so shitty. I don't want to do double headers if we can avoid them. We only do them if we have to today. But the schedule yesterday had like 3 matches on, and it was like all juggling. And I'm like, I don't want to clash. I don't want to watch. I don't want to miss half a match and do this. And unfortunately, the Raducanu match got scrapped. But she won, thank God, and we can watch her tomorrow. All right, Zverev's going to serve. God, I hope he wins in straights. I really don't want him to play a heart wrencher. He serves an ace, 15 love. And also, we always watch Swiatek because I said so. All right. As that forehand goes wide by Lee, and it's 15. I love 15. As Zverev goes in the backhand of Navone. Forehand from Zverev. Navone forehand into the Zverev backhand. As we had a forehand now from Navone. Again to the backhand of Zverev. Navone up the line. Also, we didn't watch Coco yesterday either. Just saying. Again, because the schedule was so hectic. As that goes out by Lee, love 30. Yeah, we're going to watch Fonseca Hoda tomorrow for sure. All right, Zverev. 30-15, good serve. As we'll return now from Swiatek, backhand from Lee to the backhand of Swiatek. Lee with a forehand. Into the net, love 40, Swiatek. Break points to start the second. Love 40. As Lee serves. A fault. Second serve. Into the backhand of Swiatek. Lee with a backhand. To the backhand of Swiatek. Now into the forehand of Lee. Lee shanks it. One love. One love Swiatek. All right. Yeah, Coco played well yesterday. Apparently, it was the first match for a long time where she served 0 double faults. So, yeah, she played really well. Unfortunately, with 2-week Masters and combined Masters in particular, we can't watch everyone early. And I've said this many times. Same thing happens at Slams, right? There are a couple of players in that top 5 that we watch religiously. Sinner, Sabalenka, Swiatek, Djokovic, Alcaraz when he plays. And then there's players that because again, we can't watch the entire top 10 from the first round onwards because it just doesn't match up. The schedule's not fair. So with Raducanu, who won last week, I was like, you know what? We won't watch it today. Same with Coco yesterday as well. If they lose, that's really annoying, but I'm confident they'll win. We'll watch them in the next round or the next, hopefully tomorrow or the day. Like tomorrow, we can watch both them tomorrow. But because of the schedule of these 1000s, I can only watch one player. I can only watch 2 players at a time maximum. And I don't make the schedule. Otherwise, I'd make it super nice and we just watch all the players we want to watch with no clashes. But I don't have that. I can't do that. All right, love 15. I mean, we don't usually watch Zverev first early tournaments either. Today we are because there's not much else going on the men's side in the middle here. So, I mean, we're not watching Felix right now. We didn't watch Shelton yesterday. We did watch Demonor, but that was a fluke because we were supposed to watch Fonseca and he didn't play. Love 30. Chance for Zverev to get a break here. All right, Swiatek 30-15. As Navone makes another error, love 40. Zverev with the break points already. As that goes the net by Lee, 40-15. Yeah, we're watching Sabalenka today for sure. As a shank from Zverev goes out, and it's 15-40. Lee returns to forehand to Swiatek. Forehand from Lee again to the forehand to Swiatek. Lee hits it long. 2-love Swiatek in the second. All right. All right. 2-love. Swiatek. All right. Love 15. Zverev breaks, by the way. 2-love. All right, love 15. Swiatek wants a double break. Lee with a fold out wide. Second serve. All right, it's with a backhand, a forehand rally, sorry. Swiatek. Forehand cross court. Lee gets it back with a forehand to the forehand Swiatek, and then Swiatek hits it out. And it's 15 all. All right, serve again from Lee. She serves a fault, second serve. And Swiatek gets a return winner. Okay. All right, Zverev, by the way, is dominating, and I'm fine with this. 40-love. Swiatek with a backhand inside-out winner. All right, 15-30. Swiatek looking for that double break. Lee serves a fault. Second serve. As we get a forehand of Swiatek to the slice of Lee. Swiatek forehand inside out. Lee with a slice again. Swiatek backhand. Lee gets it back, but hits it in the net. And it's 15-40. Swiatek for a double break. As Zverev serves. To the backhand of Navone. Navone hits it out. 3-love Zverev in like 2 minutes. What? Unfortunately, can't please everyone, yeah. I'll tell you, I try. I do my best to watch more matches than any one person could possibly try and watch. I mean, that's how we got to being the #1 Australian sports YouTube channel for peak concurrent viewers in the month of March of 2026. I got that first try. I mean, you don't get there by doing no matches, or not. You don't do that by doing nothing. First try. It rolled off the tongue easy, Chav. It was easy. Anyway, it's 30-40. Swiatek to get the double break. Return goes into the forehand of Lee. Lee in the net. Swiatek 3-love. All right. Swiatek found the keys to the bakery. Let's see if she's going to open it and serve any bagels or breadsticks in the second set. Yeah, nailed it. All right. Zverev's up 3-love. Do you think Sinner should take a break after Madrid before Roland Garros? If Sinner wins Madrid and becomes the first and only player to win 5 Masters in a row, and the first 4 in a row of the season, that would be a record. Would he pull out of Rome? Maybe. Because if he has the record, then winning Rome is just a bonus prize, right? But it's his home tournament, so it's a tough one. Because I think he's only playing Madrid because of that. He wants to win that. Not the only reason. Obviously, there's a lot of benefits, but I think the fact that he's trying to be the first player to win the first 4 tournaments, 1,000 events of the year, to ever do it. If he does do it, maybe he doesn't play Rome. Why would he need to win the first 5? No one's ever done that. No one's ever done what he's about to do. So, but if he's healthy and he's fresh, I mean, does he need to have a week off? I mean, does he need 2 weeks off? I don't know. It'll depend on how he wins Madrid. If he wins Madrid. If he loses Madrid, he probably plays Rome. But if he wins Madrid and it's a battle and it's tough matches and he plays epics, he might skip Rome. Maybe. Only if he's like exhausted from Madrid. Like if he plays like a 3-set semi and a 3-set 3-hour final, like it's going to have to be a pretty brutal tournament for him to not play at home, I would guess. Or he has something that's like he's a little worried about. Like maybe he gets a little bit of a leg problem or something, right? Like if there's a little bit of an injury worry, he might be like, you know what? I want to be fully fresh for the French. No Alcaraz gives me the best chance, blah, blah, blah. He'd never say that out loud, but we're saying it for him. And if he has any sort of like small injury worries, then yeah, he might skip. But yeah, I don't know. I think if he's not tired and he's not hurt, he's playing Rome. 15 love. Let's get a forehand and backhand rally now. Swiatek's got the double break 3 love. Has it a backhand rally. Slice down from Lee as Swiatek slices it again to the slice of Lee. She goes up the line of the forehand. Swiatek, Lee. Forehand cross court goes wide and it's 30 love. Navone's on the board 3-1. And by the way, if Sinner does win Madrid, he could always go to Rome, play a match, and then withdraw. Like, there is nothing against the rule. Well, you probably get in trouble, but like not in trouble, but you'll probably have to pay a fine or something for withdrawing. But if he goes to Rome and he goes, you know what? I think I need another week. I want another week off. He could always just ditch Rome halfway through. Like he could play 2 matches and go, you know what? 4th round, I'm good. I want the extra week to get ready for Roland Garros. I feel good. I've won I've won Madrid. I've won Monte Carlo. Especially if he has like 2 tough matches in Rome to start. I mean, there's nothing saying that he has a tough match tomorrow and then he goes, you know what? I don't need to play this tournament. Even though the record's on the line and whatever. But again, his team is smart. He's smart. He's not going to overplay. He's not going to be stupid and play injured or sore, or he's not going to push himself to that limit if he doesn't. He's not. Sinner's not dumb, right? Sinner's not going to overplay if he doesn't feel good, right? He's not going to push through and make and get injured. He's not going to overplay. He knows how his body is. He knows how much he wants to play and how much he needs to play and whatever. 30 love. Return goes into the volley of Zverev, and Zverev puts it away. Navone, not bad on the attempt, but is Zverev too good? 40 love. Swiatek has a chance to go to 4 love. Hey, what's going on, Kit? How you doing? There's no days off between Roland Garros and Rome. Yeah, there is. It's a whole week off. After Rome, you get the whole week off. Zverev holds 4-1. And Swiatek hits a 4 into the net, 40-30. You get the whole week off before Roland Garros. Because remember, there's tournaments with like Hamburg and Geneva. And he won't play those. All right, 40-30. Swiatek to go to 4-love. Return goes out by Lee. And Swiatek does go to 4-love in the second. All right. Swiatek with a 4-love lead in the second. She has sorted it out. By the way, chat, if you are a tennis history fan, you want Sinner to play everything. Because that's what I want. I'm like, okay, if he's injured, don't play. But for me, I'm like, we're watching something that we may never see again. No one's ever won the first 4 1000s in a row. It may never happen. Somebody doing that would be a first for the tennis history. I want to see it. And not only that, I want to see him win the first 5. I want him to go to Canada next after Wimbledon, potentially, and try and win 6 in a row, right? I want to see that. And if he's healthy and he's fit, I want to see him do it. I want to see him go for those historic things. Now, I get the Sinner fans are like nervous that he's going to overplay and whatever, but I'll be honest, I want to see him do it. I want to see him attempt it. I want to see him attempt the world records. And there's probably no better chance to do all that stuff than right now with Alcaraz gone. And Djokovic is not playing either at the moment. So it's his tour. It's the Sinner tour. And he gets first pick at every tournament he plays until Alcaraz comes back, until Djokovic comes back. Why wouldn't you want to see him go for the historic things? Imagine if it was like, if anybody else was going for it, you'd say this, you'd push them to go too. You'd be like, at least try. At least attempt the 5 in a row, 6 in a row, whatever it is, right? At least give it a shot. So as a tennis, history, record fan, I want him to play this tournament, win this tournament, and then go to Rome and try and win the next one. And try and do it, keep winning 1000s, right? Extend his winning record, extend how many wins in a row at 1000s, extend how many titles in a row at 1000s. I want him to just smash the record so we can, in 10, 15, 20 years' time, be like, I remember when Sinner dominated 1000s. We were all there to see it. I want to see it. And it'd be annoying if he was like, actually, I'm going to take myself out of this tournament and not attempt the record. It'd be like, what? Unless you're injured. Why would he step away from an historic record? That's going to go on his permanent historic record. I mean, he'll be remembered forever for that record if he gets it. Because unless somebody breaks it, but... All right. Zverev, by the way, 30-all. Sinner's coach said he's feeling good, so that's why they decided to play Madrid. Look, I believe that, but I also reckon they're not going to... Sinner's too humble. And they're also not going to put pressure on themselves by saying, we also decided to play Madrid to go for the record. Because then everybody would be putting... he puts so much pressure on himself by saying that. So, of course, Sinner's a classy guy. He would never say that out loud, yeah, I'm trying to do this thing. Because he's not going to say that. But also, he doesn't want that sort of unnecessary pressure to be like, oh, he only played this tournament because he wants the record. And everybody being like, ooh, 3 to go, 4 to go. He doesn't want to put that on himself. And that's smart too. Because if he loses or if he pulls out of Madrid, no one's going to be like, you said you wanted to do the record, you lied. He's never going to say that out loud. He's too humble. But I reckon a big part of the reason of playing this is to keep that record. Is to try and get that record. Just like he won't say, I'm playing Roland Garros because I want the Korea Slam. He'll say, I want to play Roland Garros because I want to win another slam. He won't say anything about the Korea Slam. Zverev's got the double break 5-1. Because Sinner and Alcaraz are smart. They're not going to put themselves... I mean, I don't think Alcaraz says... I think Alcaraz said after winning the Australian Open, yeah, I really wanted to win this. He didn't say it during the tournament. He didn't put pressure on himself throughout the event. He wasn't saying, like, the Australian Open is my most important event. Unless he did at the start, I can't remember exactly. But I know afterwards he was like, yeah, we worked hard for this one. This was really important to us. He said after he won it, right? If he said it during the tournament and kept on going on about, like, Korea Slam, he would have put unnecessary pressure on himself. Because he, is talking himself up, right? Talking himself about doing it. Players don't want to put that pressure on themselves. They've already got to deal with enough. Especially number one, who's like, everyone wants to beat him, right? And Swiatek gets a backhand win off 15 love. Zverev served for the first set. Anyways, let's just hope that he's healthy and he plays as long as he can and keeps winning, because I want to see him win Rome as well and then be like, holy shit, he cleaned up the 1000s to start the year. Plus, also, if he wins Rome, he's won the Golden Masters. So you don't think he wants to try and win Golden Masters, second player to ever do that, Korea Grand Slam. I mean, he could, by the time we get to the grass in 2 months, Sinner could have done 2 massive things. Plus, also, create another record and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's so many historic things up for Sinner, especially with Alcaraz gone. Like, he's got a clear road to do all these things. He might not want to go for Golden Masters this year. He can always do it next year, but he could. I mean, there's a legit chance. All right, 30-15. Vitorovsky said that Swiatek was resistant to adding more variety to a game. Yeah, but JSB, you never cite your sources. You just say things. So whenever you say something like, Vitorovsky said, you've got to send me where he said that, because I haven't heard that at all. I've never read that. And you never send me a link telling me where you get your sources from. You just say, yeah, I heard it. Okay. Share your source. I never heard Vitorovsky say that. Exactly. People are like, where'd you hear that from? I never heard that. Me neither. I've never heard him say that either. So can you please send me a link to where you heard that so I can at least, clarify? Anyways, Zverev gets the first set, 6-1. We love that for Zverev. Sorry we're not really focusing on his match. He's winning it easily. 23 minutes played, Zverev. That's the quickest Zverev set of all time. So yeah, if he did say that, can you send me where you saw that so then I can read it out to the rest of the chat and actually clarify what he said and when he said it, because I don't recall that at all. In fact, I haven't heard Vitorovsky say much about Swiatek since they split. Forehand goes cross-court for a winner for Swiatek, and it's 40-15. Swiatek back in her mood. By the way, 9.4 performance rating from Zverev. That is a fantastic start to this match. A 9.6 on the serve. And he didn't face a break point either, Zverev. That was a phenomenal set by Zverev. Okay. Swiatek trying to go to 5-1, and she does. Lee hits it long. 5-1 Swiatek in the second. All right. And this happens every time too. Every time. Somebody says something in the chat. I ask them to send me the link to where they saw that, and then they disappear. Unless they've gone off to find where they saw that. But see, this is why, chat, we need to. That's why I always ask, you've got to send it to me. Send me the link or it's not real. Because it's so easy to just make things up. Or to get things mixed up and you go, oh, well, I thought I heard something, or I heard somebody say something about something. Vitorovsky said she's insisted on focusing on strong points. Okay, where did you see this? Send me links. Did he say it to you in the privacy of your own home? Or did he say it in an interview? Or did he say it in a press conference? Or did you dream about him saying it? Like, you've got to send me the source. You can't say big things like this and make massive statements and quote people that without proof. It's like me saying, like, oh yeah, Alcaraz, yeah, he said that he was going to withdraw 7 weeks ago. He was like, he hurt his wrist and that's why he lost Monte Carlo. No, none of that is true. I just made that all up. But can you imagine if I did that? It's crazy. You need to give me the interview so I can read it. I want to read this for myself. I want to quote it from his words, not from your words, from his words. Send me the link. Stop quoting Vicharovsky. Send me his interview. Anyways, 30-15. 30-15. As Lee serves. Into the Forge Swiatek, return winner. 30-0. 30-0. All right, 30-0. As we return now from Swiatek to the backhand of Lee. Backhand of Swiatek. Goes wide and Lee gets a 40-30. 40-love Navone in the second. All right, 40-30 Lee to make Swiatek serve for the set. And it's 40-love Navone to get off to a better start in the second set. All right, serving to the backhand of Swiatek. 4-0 from Lee on the stretch, but Swiatek get it out. It's 5-2. Swiatek's going to serve for the second. Hey, look, it's one thing to be like, I heard that he said this, right? If you said, oh, I heard Vicharovsky said this, okay. But when you say like, oh yeah, I heard him, like he said this. It's like, bro, you better be right. That's a big statement. Like, you better send me that shit. Whereas if you're like, oh yeah, I heard the word on the street is that Vicharovsky said this, you're like, okay, well maybe you heard wrong, and because I haven't heard that. Please, please, please send information. So then we can clarify. And I can read the whole thing out on the stream. Because it's actually interesting information. But I need it to be sent to me so I can read it. And I'm not sitting here researching while I'm doing 2 matches at once. Not right now. Swiatek dominated tennis mainly by topspin, especially forehand, especially comparable to the men's game. Players learned to play it by taking time away from it. Topspin need time and rhythm. Yeah, but then she also went away from that game because she felt the need to be more aggressive, to compete with those big hitters. You read an article. Okay, send me the article. Easy. Just send me that article and we can go through it. Oh, Atman's cramping? No. I'll tell you, Zverev rather play on bare though. Because on bare, on clay is definitely a better for Zverev. All right. As a return from Navone goes in the front of Zverev. Navone backhand on the stretch. Zverev backhand up the line. Navone pass. Zverev volley in the net. Love 15. Why do I have a bad feeling about this second set for Zverev? The first set was too easy. The first set was too easy. All right. Swiatek serving for the second. FAA breaks. Ooh. Is FAA up a set and a break now? Nice. All right, Lee slice into the backhand of Swiatek. Swiatek gets it for a winner. 15 love. 15 love. And Swiatek serves again. $15 love. All right, First is a fault by Swiatek, second serve. Serving to the forehand of Lee. Return goes back and Swiatek up the line is good. Lee hits it long and it's 30 love. 30 love. All right, Zverev in trouble here. 15-30. I knew it was too good to be true. 15-30. Zverev with a good serve, I think. Yep, 30-0. Swiatek forehand up the line goes wide. 30-15. 30-15. Swiatek serves again. Serving to the backhand of Lee is a let. As Zverev makes an error, 30-40. All right, first break point against Zverev for the day. Swiatek hits a forehand wide, 30-0. What is going on? What is happening? 30-0. Everything was going fine. Everything was fine. 30-0. Return goes into the backhand. Zverev backhand out from Navone. Zverev backhand into the forehand. Navone. Zverev with the backhand again. Navone forehand inside in. That's a good shot. Zverev gets it. Navone forehand again. To the forehand Zverev. Up the line and long. And Zverev gets broken. Navone 2-love in the second. Ugh. Right. As Lee hits that slice in the ground. Ouch. All right. 40-30. Swiatek. Set point to take the second. All right, Swiatek to take the second set. Serving to the backhand of Lee. Lee hits it long. We're going 3. 6-2 Swiatek in the second. All right. Is she looking better, Cam, or less energy? Who, Lee or Swiatek? Lee? I mean, Lee just making a lot of errors there. But Swiatek came back strong. All right. All right, 8 winners and 9 errors by Swiatek, 6 winners and 13 errors from Lee in that second set. Swiatek faced no break points at all in that second set. All right, love 30, by the way. Zverev have a chance to get back the break. As Zverev hits it in the net, 15-30. By the way, I've just Googled Vidorovsky and Swiatek to try and find any sort of quote, and he has barely spoken about her since they split. He came out with a statement when they split. And then he talked about he's working with Osaka, so he has nothing to do with Swiatek at the moment. There's nothing saying anything about anything you've just said. He said, "I'm currently working with them Osaka, so I'm not automatically on the market for available names." Like, he hasn't said anything about Swiatek since they split. So come on now. Don't say you read it somewhere. Don't say you probably just read it on Twitter and it's somebody just making up things. That's probably where you read it. Somebody on Twitter made it up and you read it. That's not an article. That's somebody's made up words. 30-40, Zverev to get back on serve. Atman told the official to get stuffed. Oh, really? Did he get a code violation? He can't stand up, Atman. Oh, that sucks. If he's cramping that bad, that sucks. All right, Zverev to get back on serve. As a forehand now to the backhand of Zverev. Backhand from Navone. Zverev goes up the line with the backhand, but he hits it long, and we get to deuce. All right. First game of the third. And the first point of the third goes to Lee. 15-love. He's got major cramps and he's cursing. He better not get code violation for swearing, because that's just bullshit. If he's legitimately in pain and he's swearing in pain, they better not give him code violation. That'd be brutal. Just kick the man while he's down. All right, 15-love. All right, as we get a winner from Lee, 30-love. It was an article. Radvanska was also mentioned. You have to send me the link because I can't find it anywhere. Or at least give me the headline of the article so then I can at least look for it myself, because I can't find it nowhere. 30-love. They split in 2024. By the way, advantage of Navone to get the 3-love in the second. All right. 30-love for Lee. She hits another good... No, it was a double fault. My bad. 30-15. All right. Return goes into the forehand of Navone. Forehand from Zverev. Again to the forehand of Navone. Zverev with a forehand up the line in the net. And Navone's got a 3-love lead in the second. Why? All right. Zverev is in big trouble in the second set. All right. 30-all Swiatek. First game of the third. All right. Lee with a fault, second serve. Serve to the backhand of Swiatek. Backhand from Lee into the net. And it's 30-40 Swiatek to break first game of the final set. Now we've got Sabalenka coming up in like 3 hours. As a return goes into the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand of the stretch. To the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand again to the forehand of Lee. Into the forehand of Swiatek on the stretch. Goes wide this time. Great hitting from Lee. Deuce. All right, we get the deuce. All right, advantage Swiatek, break point again to get the early break in the final set. As Lee with a good serve gets back to deuce. All right. Nice serve there from Lee. Advantage Lee. All right. 30 love here, Zverev. But he hits a lovely volley. Oh, he just missed it, though. He went for the pirouette volley, but he missed it. All right, 30-15 Zverev. All right, Lee holds 1-love in the third. He's reading articles by the analyst who spoke on what Vitrovsky possible thought would have been. Oh, well, can you send me that so I can read it? 1-love Lee. I still want to read it myself. All right. That man just hit the most insane return on one leg. God, poor guy. Is he winning, though? I mean, he's only 3 points away from winning, so yeah, he might retire if it goes to a third, but Zverev on the board, 3-1, Navone. Also, Caboli just started. Palini's about to start as well. So we'll see what's up. All right. Swiatek serving. Out wide of the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand in the net. Love 15. Oh, man. All right. Swiatek serves again. All right. Zverev with the drop shot. Navone gets it. Zverev hits the passing shot in the net. That's 15 love. All right. And Swiatek hits. Oh, wait. Swiatek didn't lose the first point. Maybe it was a let. All right. 15 love. Swiatek. 15 love. Seven on the backhand of Zverev. Forehand from Navone to the forehand of Zverev as Navone puts away the forehand winner. 30 love. Thanks, Dutchie. All right, 30 love Navone. That's his first winner of the match, Navone. Crazy. All right, Swiatek 15. Oh! That goes out by Zverev on the return. 40 love. As with a forehand, it's a forehand rally up the line from Swiatek's a winner. 30-15. All right, 30-15. 30-15. Swiatek serves again. Navone, 40 love, trying to get to 4-1. Swiatek serves. A double fault, 30-0. Why are Argentinians good at clay? Because that's the main surface over there. South America have a lot of clay courts. All right. Swiatek 30-0. So that's why. As Swiatek serves again. Swiatek serves. Into the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand. Into the forehand of Lee again. Swiatek slice on the stretch. Lee. Forehand again to the forehand of Swiatek. And Swiatek gets it wide. Lee's got a break point. 30-40. Swiatek, by the way, hands on knees. Swiatek looking a little tired out there. 30-40. Swiatek looking a little exhausted. That doesn't make any sense. Exhausted means really tired. A little really tired. 30-40. Navone's got a 4-1 lead, by the way. Swiatek serves. As the backhand return from Lee goes the backhand Swiatek. Lee forehand. To the forehand Swiatek. Swiatek gets a wide. Wow. Lee breaks. 2-love final set. Swiatek is saying, can I get the trainer? Okay. Swiatek's asked for the duck. And she is sitting down. Yeah, Swiatek is not looking good. She is looking all kinds of sick. Like fatigued. She almost looks like she's going to be sick. All right, trainer's going to come out on court for Swiatek to see what's up. But she looks all of a sudden just like zapped of energy. Just lost all her energy in the span of a couple games. It's not cramp. But she is looking... She just doesn't look good at all. I don't think it's a physical issue. I think it didn't look like she was like hurt her leg or anything. It looks like she just completely zapped of energy. I think it might be altitude more than humidity. I think it's more the altitude. Yeah, Swiatek, I think, saying that she's not feeling well. I mean, it has been a 2-hour match. It's been pretty physical. Uh, 4-1 for Navone in the second as Zverev serves into the forehand of Navone. Backhand to backhand as Zverev goes up the line to the forehand of Navone again. Zverev again to the forehand of Navone as Zverev hits a backhand into the backhand of Navone. Backhand to backhand. Zverev again to the backhand of Navone. Zverev with a forehand goes wide. It's love 15. Yeah, so they're checking Swiatek's... all of Swiatek's things. And they're checking her temperature. They're checking how she's just not feeling well. And it's kind of come out of nowhere. Like, she didn't look like this after the second set. She just sort of, in the last couple of games, has just been like, zapped. All right, so not a medical timeout yet. Love 30 here. Navone wants a double break. Zverev serves the forehand to Navone. Return goes to forehand to Zverev. Navone backhand. Up the line, winner. Love 40. This is a weird scoreline for Zverev. Love 40. All right, so Swiatek's getting a medical timeout to try and make herself feel a bit better. Well, the docs are trying to make us feel better. All right, serving the forehand Navone. Return goes to forehand Zverev. Navone, forehand. Again to the forehand Zverev, who shanks it. Navone's got a 5-1 lead. And he's going to serve for the second. What is this score? 6-1, 5-1. Oh, God. All right, so the trainers are just going through their bag of tricks, seeing what Swiatek might need to make herself feel better because she's feeling sick. All right, Navone serving for the second. In 57 minutes? Like, what a weird match. Backhand rally. Zverev's final set will be an hour and a half tiebreak. You know it's going to go to a tiebreak third set. Probably 90 minutes and be an absolute drag, but that's fine. It'll take more than half the match to the last set. You know that. All right, Swiatek just taking some... God, that guy has a whole lot of different... Like, he has got a bag of tricks. Like, that guy... He had, like, a whole full-on, like... There was, like, so many different supplements. That guy had the doctor had a whole suitcase full of stuff. Jeez. All right, Swiatek's back on court. It's 2-love lead with the break in the final set. Let's see if this helps Swiatek. All right, love 30s. Zverev to get back a break. That man's got match point. Damn. Oh, Swiatek mentioned that she was feeling sick in the first set. Well, I didn't hear that, but thank you for clarifying. Zverev is out 15-30. All right, 15 love here, Lee. Atman wins? Wow. Good for him. Swiatek hits it out, 30 love. As Navone serves a fault. So the winner is Zverev. Navone plays Atman, who may or may... Well, look, if he's cramping, he's got a couple of days to get better. Refuel. But I tell you, if you're Navone or Zverev, you know you're just going to try and drag that guy into deep waters. All right, Swiatek returned the forehand of Lee. Lee hits it long, 30-15. 15-40 here. Zverev have a chance to get one of the breaks back. As the return goes up the line to the backhand, Zverev backhand it from Navone, and Zverev again to the backhand of Navone. Zverev backhand again. Navone goes into the forehand of Zverev. To the backhand of Navone. Zverev forehand cross court. Zverev gets his backhand now. There's Navone backhand to the slice of Zverev. Navone backhand again to the backhand of Zverev up the line. Navone forehand to the stretch. In the net. Zverev gets a break back. It's 5-2 Navone. All right, 30-all Swiatek looking to get that break back. Great serve from Lee. Swiatek gets it back. Lee forehand winner. Too good. Beautiful serve. Sets it up. 40-30. All right, 40-30 lead to go to 3-love. As a return, goes into the forehand of Lee. Forehand from Swiatek in the net. God, that was a tired forehand. All right, Lee, 3-love, final set. Swiatek is just looking a little very out of sorts. Just got that, like, you know, that stare where you're just kind of like, probably like I will be after the Sabalenka match. Just. All right. Zverev breaks back, but he's still down 5-2. Humbert with a cold handshake? Oh, that's just, come on. Come on. You can't be given a frosty handshake and get pissy at somebody who fights through cramp to win. Like, you should be angry at yourself, but you shouldn't be angry at also their countrymen, so that's weird that they would be angry at each other. But then again, just because they're from the same country doesn't mean they're friends. But, yeah, I mean, if Humbert's pissed off at himself, that's fine, but you can't be giving a cold handshake to your opponent. It's not Atman wasn't faking it or anything, so. You got to at least be like, look, too good. Somebody cramps and gets the win. That's crazy. All right, Zverev with a lovely forehand winner, 15-love. But look, maybe he's just upset with himself, so the handshake looked frosty. He's probably just mad at himself. And he should be. Anybody who loses to somebody who's incapacitated is going to get angry at themselves for not taking the opportunity, you know? All right. 3-love. Lee. And love 15. Swiatek really needs to get this game and hope the medication that she took kicks in quick, because she's looking all sorts of low on energy. She needs it to start working now. Love 15. Swiatek serves a let. Swiatek serves into the forehand of Lee. Swiatek forehand to the forehand of Lee again. Swiatek forehand into the forehand of Lee up the line from Lee is a winner, and Swiatek doesn't even move. She just watched it go by. Oh, Swiatek's retiring! No way, is she? Is Swiatek calling it? No chance. Oh my God! Swiatek retired! Swiatek retired. Wow. Swiatek retires. Jeez. I mean, she must have been feeling like absolute garbage. Swiatek's out. Now, the good thing for Swiatek is that she's not injured. She's just not feeling well. So that means she will be better for Rome. She's not going to be, you know, she's not injured. It's not like Alcaraz, right? It's not like anybody who's got like a serious injury. So that's a good thing. The bad thing is she's out of this tournament, and now Zverev holds, by the way, 5-3. Yeah, now, I mean, Fernandez versus Lee. But that's crazy. I mean, she must have been feeling real bad. I mean, Swiatek doesn't retire. Let's just get that out there right now. So, for anybody who's going to be like trashing Swiatek for retiring, she does not retire. She does not pull out of tournaments. Or at least doesn't pull out of matches. So you know it's got to be bad. This is only the third time she's retired from a match. Mid-match. In her whole career. Third time. Rome, when she had to pull out against Raducanu because she got injured. And also back in 2018. So this is the third time in her career that she's retired mid-match. So you know it's bad. So anybody coming in and trashing Swiatek, mind your manners. Get your facts straight. She doesn't retire. So you know it must be serious if she's retiring. Or at least she feels like something, like it's not safe to continue. But Lee wins, and she's going to play Fernandez. That blows that part of the draw wide open now. So now it's Bencic. What is it? No. It's Andreeva, Bondare, Fernandez, Lee. So Andreeva's got the semi-final up for grabs. Sabalenka's draw is not easy. She's got Bencic, Paolini, Osaka potentially. But yeah, Andreeva's path gets a little bit easier. I mean, she didn't have to play Svitolina. She plays her third Hungarian in a row. Bondare that's crazy. 3 Hungarians in a row for Andreeva. But yeah, Lee plays Fernandez to make the quarterfinals. But yeah, it'll be interesting to hear what Swiatek has to say. What the because remember Chile's got food poisoning pulled out yesterday. Is it something to do with that? Is it food poisoning? Is it, is there something going around? Like we'll hopefully find out. But yeah, Swiatek is out. Third time ever retiring from a match. Crazy. But the good thing, like I said, is that she's not injured. So it's not an injury retirement, it's an illness retirement. She's feeling sick, or she's not feeling well. As that goes out by Zverev, 40-30. Now Zverev's got his hands on his knees. He's looking all kinds of stuffed up too. All right, 40-30. Keys put out due to illness as well. I mean, yeah. But that is a surprise. I mean, like I said, Swiatek doesn't retire matches. So that is huge. Serving to the back end of Zverev. Zverev in the net, we're going 3. All right, Navone getting the crowd pumped up. Zverev's in a dogfight. All right, we're going to merge the streams. But man, that is crazy. That is a shock. Swiatek out via retirement. But jump on over here if you want to keep watching Zverev. Yeah, that is disappointing. Remember last year in Madrid, a lot of players got sick. Was that last year that everybody got sick? I can't remember. Navone 7.6 to a 7.4 for Zverev. Zverev's level dropped that second set. But yeah, Lee wins via retirement. Swiatek out. She'll go to Rome and play that in a couple weeks. She's done really well in Rome in the past, so she hopefully will be feeling better after a week or so's rest. And then go play in Rome and try and win that tournament ahead of the French Open, where she's trying to come back and capture that title. But Lee plays Fernandez, 4th round. Man, what a shock. What a massive shock. All right, Zverev has gone 3. Navone takes the second. Shubham.
Everyone is like Mirra has it easy, but lemme tell you, Bandar has been playing some amazing tennis, and she is a decent clay courter.
Yeah, I mean, we know some players' easy draw might not actually be easy. But thank you for the donation. Appreciate that. All right, let me just sort this out. I think the thing that hurts more as well for that Swiatek match is that she could have won the first set, and then she won the second. So she could have won that match. It was on the card. It was there for her, and then she could have had a day off to recover from whatever illness she's feeling, whatever is going on. But Yeah, had she won that first set, she might not have had to. She might have gotten through and recovered for the next one. But yeah, that's that just sucks. Palini, by the way, is up 2-love. She already is up a break against Baptiste. All right. 15-love Zverev serving first in the third. Who's winning the third set? Who you got? Who have you got? Zverev 7-4. What do you mean 7-4? What, in a tiebreak? All right, 15-love. What happened? Swiatek retired for the first time, for the third time in her career, mid-match. Zverev 40-love. Yeah. Massive surprise. Massive shock. All right, 40-love Zverev. Ah, 6-4 Zverev, okay. 6-4, 6-4, 6-3. As we just said, now the form of Navone. Navone hits it out, and it's 1-love. 1-love Zverev. In the final set. Been a weird match, this one. Thank you, Diane. Appreciate it. Food poisoning has been going around in Madrid. I heard it from Petkovic on Tennis Channel. Okay, well, yeah, I mean, that tracks. We saw, we know that Cilic pulled out from food poisoning against Fonseca yesterday. So if he got food poisoning, I'm sure that other players have gone to the same restaurant or been to the same area that he has to eat. I'm sure at least one other player ate there, right? So if it is food poisoning, maybe Swiatek did get something like that. Because again, like I said, it is extremely rare that Swiatek quits a match. And even the matches that she has retired in the past, we didn't see the first ever one, but we did see the one against Raducanu, and she pulled out in Rome because, one, she was trying to win the French Open a couple weeks later, and two, it was like a proper injury. Like she got a leg injury, and it was a proper scary injury that could have gotten worse. So if she's pulled out, if she's retired mid-match, you know it's because she is not. It's not because she quit. Not because she's like, oh, I'm losing. Stupid comments if anybody says that. I love 30. As Navone 4 inside out to the slices. Zverev in the net. And it's 15-30. Serve again. All right. 15-40 Zverev. As Navone serves. As Navone saves 1, 30-40. All right, 30-40. All right, 2-love Zverev, he breaks in the final set. All right. You seem to be ignoring Lee. She was going through also. I mean, at the end there, I saw that Lee was kind of like leaning on the... I didn't see it. She didn't look as sick as Swiatek did, though. But maybe she was dealing with something too, but I didn't notice that as much. But I wasn't ignoring Lee. She didn't get a medical timeout like Swiatek did. She didn't show that she was as sick as Swiatek was. But you're right. Lee could have been going through it too. I mean, maybe everyone's got food poisoning. Hell, I might have it. I hope not. I need to stream tomorrow. Also, I'm not in Madrid, so that'd be really weird if I got food poisoning via the TV. All right, 30 love, Zverev. This is like the first set. 30 love. 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 And Zverev serves again. As the return goes out by Navone, 40 love. All right, 40 love. And Zverev serves again. Massive serve down the tee. All right. Zverev. 3 love. In the final set. So we do have Sabalenka coming up in a couple of hours. I don't think there's anything else on in the meantime. Medvedev, Marijan. Kaboli's playing right now. Yeah, so we've got Sabalenka Christian coming up in about 3 hours, and 2.5 hours, and then we've got Tsitsipas Bublik. And Osaka's playing later, so we'll see what we do later. We're definitely watching Sabalenka, though. All right, Glenn, thanks for joining. This is a very good win for Lee. Are you trying to kick the Swiatek fans while they're down? What are you doing? Lee finally beat Swiatek. See, I feel like you're just kind of like, you know what I mean? Hey, it's that soccer guy from Real. I watched the documentary on Netflix about him. Real Madrid superstar. Wasn't he part of the superstar team with Beckham? Was he in that team? The Real of the late 2000s? All right, 3-love. Zverev. Tien just started, yep. Tien just started. All right, Zverev, 3-love, final set. As that goes out by Navone, and it's love 15. Love 15. Serve again. Into the forehand is Zverev. Return goes forehand to Navone. Zverev with the backhand. To the backhand is Navone. Backhand is Zverev again. The backhand to Navone. Navone in the net. Love 30. Maybe I'm just happy for Lee, Cam. Are you happy for Lee? So bummed for Swiatek. Was excited to see her progress in Madrid. She had a nice draw. I mean, yeah, it was starting to get a little bit scarier, but yeah, she had an opportunity for sure. All right, forehand from Navone to the backhand of Zverev. Navone forehand to the forehand of Zverev on the stretch. Navone with a volley. Zverev with a pass, but Navone cuts it off and hits a drop volley winner, 15-30. 15-30. It's Navone serves into the backhand of Zverev. Return goes long. 30-0. Bad miss by Zverev. 30-0. As with a backhand into the forehand of Navone. Forehand from Zverev to the forehand of Navone. Zverev forehand at the line. Navone backhand to the backhand of Zverev. As Navone backhand again. Into the backhand of Zverev. As Navone with a forehand to the forehand of Zverev. Zverev in the net. It's 40-30 and Zverev's getting angry at himself. He knows that he's making too many errors. 40-30. Stop shouting. Bro, you haven't even heard. If you think this is shouting, turn down your volume. 40-30. As Navone serves. As the return goes in the backhand of Navone, backhand of Zverev. Up the line to the forehand of Navone. Zverev with the forehand into the forehand of Navone. Is it a backhand from Zverev? Navone backhand again, the backhand of Zverev. And Navone hits it wide and it's deuce. All right, deuce. Feel bad for Swiatek though? Yeah. I guess, like I said, I think the good thing for her is that she should be able to recover for Rome. But yeah, it does suck though. Not you, bro. You should commentate on UFC. Oh. Well, I'm not going to do that. Go watch the MMA holes for UFC. They do great UFC coverage. Nobody in the chat's shouting, though, so I don't know what you're shouting about. Anyways, Navone hits a winner. It's advantage Navone to get on the board here. As with a fault second serve. As the return goes back into Zverev, back into Navone. To the backhand of Zverev. As Navone backhand again to the backhand of Zverev. Navone backhand to the forehand of Zverev. Zverev overhits it. 3-1. Navone's on the board. 3-1. Swiatek's on Genie Bouchard Badosa trajectory. Congratulations. You have been nominated for dumbest comment of the day. 3-1. I'm sorry, but you said that as a joke, right? You were trying to be funny? Please tell me you were joking. Just say like you were like laughing as you typed that, please. Please tell us all that you were not serious. Please. Come on now. 3-1. Come on now. Zverev serves an ace. Come on now. Zverev serves. And Navone's forehand return goes long. 30 love. 30 love. All right. Zverev serves again. It's been the quickest 3-set match that Zverev's ever played. And I'm going to check the records because I reckon I don't think he's played a quicker 3-setter than this. This is almost quicker than his straight sets matches. All right. And so it goes out by Navone, 40 love. So Zverev's quickest 3-set match. 1 hour and 23 minutes. What are we at? 120. Are we at 115, 120? So yeah, 123, 130, 132. And then 138 are his quickest 3-setters ever. And we're at 122. So this is currently his quickest 3-setter, but he also has to win 2 more games. So this could be one of the quickest matches in 3 sets he's ever played. I mean, the score is ridiculous. All right, 40 love. 7 to the front of Navone. Backhand now from Zverev. Into the back of Navone. Backhand of Zverev into the backhand of Navone. Zverev forehand now. Navone on the stretch. Puts up a lob, but it's long. And Zverev goes to 4-1. Final set. Final set. All right. Zverev, no Rome, maybe Hamburg. No, he'll play Rome. Still gutted to hear about Carlos. I don't want to watch tennis anymore. Tennis got a whole lot. And look, this is... If you're a Sinner fan, you're sitting in the shadows, scouting Zverev because he's your toughest opposition or one of your only threats. I mean, okay. Maybe you're not scared of Zverev, but he is definitely a threat if he gets on a roll. I'm not saying Alcaraz not being around makes tennis boring and Sinner's boring, right? Don't get it twisted. But Alcaraz not playing sucks, right? It sucks for the sport. It's bad for tennis. It's not his fault. It's nobody's fault, right? It's nobody's fault. But it stinks. Like, it sucks. Because now tennis got a little less exciting. And yeah, we've got Fonseca and we've got Sinner and we've got Zverev and we've got all these. We've got a lot of players, Djokovic, right? But with no Alcaraz, it's like God. We just lost a lot of fireworks. A lot of fun. Sucks. 4-1. As it a backhand rally. Another one from Zverev into the backhand of Navone. Zverev with a forehand again to the backhand of Navone. Into the backhand of Zverev. Drop shot is in the net by Zverev, and he throws the racket up and doesn't catch it. 15 love. As Sinner said, tennis needs Carlos. Yeah. It does. It does. $15 love. Serving to the back of Zverev. Return the forehand to Navone. Back in Zverev into the net. 30 love. Well, what are we talking? 2 months? Minimum, yeah. I think that's the sad part too, is there is no return in sight. He's planning on coming back for Queen's Club and Wimbledon, right? But there's no guarantee. It's hopeful. But if he's pulled out of tournaments a month in advance, that's sketchy. That's not like if Roland Garros was next week and he's like, I'm not playing next week. Okay. But the fact that he's pulling out of tournaments that haven't it's not even May. And he's pulled out of a tournament that starts at the end of May. Right? I mean, it starts in 5 weeks. And he's not playing a tournament in 5 weeks? That's not good. If he just pulled out of Rome and didn't pull out of Roland Garros, okay. But the fact that he's pulled out of a tournament that we haven't even got to the month where it starts, that's so dodgy. It's so scary. And Wimbledon is so soon afterwards, right? It's not like Wimbledon's 3 months later. So it's shit. At the earliest, he'll be back for Wimbledon, or for Queen's Club, right? But if he's not there for Wimbledon either, it's going to be brutal. Anyways, that goes out by Navone, 40-30. All right, 40-30. As Navone serves again. Backhand return goes into the forehand of Navone. Backhand now from Zverev. Up the line is long, and it's 4-2 Zverev, final set. All right. Zverev, 2 games away from the dub. Have I seen the new Michael Jackson biopic? I have not. Not yet. I want to. Haven't seen it yet, though. Did Swiatek get injured, and is it bad? No, she didn't get injured. She was dealing with illness. I thought she got sick at the end, during the second set, it was something during the match, but apparently she was sick before the match. But we haven't heard from her yet, so we'll wait until she says something, and then we'll talk. She'll definitely go to social media to explain what happened, because she's retired 3 times in her career, right? Mid-match, so if she doesn't do a press conference, she'll do she'll at least tell her fans what was up. I didn't notice her sick in the first set, to be honest. I thought she didn't look that bad in the first set or even the second set. But if she was sick from the start, that's unfortunate. I mean, it was obviously bad enough that she had to withdraw or had to retire, right? So, and look, and if we want to play the speculation game, we know that Cilic got food poisoning yesterday. We know that Keys pulled out as well. A lot of players have pulled out of this week for different reasons. One of those reasons was illness for some of them. She could have got food poisoning like Cilic did yesterday, been up all night for all we know, right? sick all night and then came to the match with no sleep, right? We don't know what she'll hopefully tell us, but if we're going to play that, like, what could it have been? That could have been what happened. We've seen that before with players. Players they've got sick the night before, they've been up all night, then they've come out to play and they just can't do it. They don't have the energy. So maybe that's what happened. Again, we'll have to wait and see. But obviously, sick enough that she had to withdraw from a match. And she doesn't retire matches. So this is not a mental, like a mentality thing where she's like, she doesn't fight. Like if she's injured or sick, she plays all the matches she plays. She doesn't quit, right? So it's got to be something pretty serious if she's retiring sick, right? It's got to be pretty bad. 30-15. But on the bright side, good thing is if it is illness and it's only illness, she can get over that and she'll play Rome and she'll be back to normal, hopefully. Hopefully it's nothing long lasting, right? Hopefully by the time we get to Rome, she'll be fit, fresh, fully healthy and be able to play that. If it was an injury, that would be concerning. If she got injured, right? Much better to be sick or have an illness that you can recover from than having an injury, right? So that's the bright side. Drop shot from Zverev is no good. Navone gets it. The lob is great, though. Oh, no. It goes out by Zverev. And Navone shakes the racket. He's still alive. All right. 30-all. Chance for Navone to get back the break. Zverev had a decent drop shot. Navone did a great job of getting it, and then Zverev missed the lob. He went for the Carlos. Hey, look. No Carlos, but still trying to use his tactics. All right, 30-all. Oh, great serve, Zverev. Clutch. 40-30. 40-30. All right, Zverev to take a 5-2 lead. As the return goes into the back, and it's Zverev up the line to the forehand. Navone. Ooh, Navone in the net with a pass. And it's 5-2 Zverev in the final set. All right. So, yeah, we've got Sabalenka coming up in a couple of hours. We will be watching her taking on Christian. And, yeah, that is the plan. By the way, don't forget to like the video if you haven't already. Don't forget to sub as well if you haven't already. Zverev one game away from giving my team a clean sweep, besides my feast, a clean sweep in the first rounds. Let's go. And we love that for ATP Fantasy. I feel like ATP Fantasy this week is either going to be you're going to have a terrible week or a great week. I don't think you're going to have an average week because with all these upsets and all these things happening, it's either you're going to pick all the players that avoid upsets or you're going to pick all the players that get upset, right? I don't think there's going to be a middle ground. I think it's going to be pretty brutal. And I know some of you are already going like, I had Shelton, I had Rublev, I had Demon. And then some others are like, I had Feast, I have Cerundolo, I have Rude, right? And so far, that's been the difference. But, oh shit, look, Zverev has to make the semis to make it worthwhile. At least he didn't have to play Kecmanovic. And he does get to play, if he wins this match, he does play a cramping Atman. But Atman, I'm going to say in a couple of days' time, Atman might be feeling a little better. But, who knows? We'll see. Hashanov, Menchik in the fourth round for Zverev. They're both very tricky, very awkward opponents. And then in the quarterfinals, potentially Kaboli, I guess, is probably the highlight or the standout. Medvedev, Shapo, Tien, maybe Shapo, Marijan. But yeah, Zverev needs to make this quarters or semis to make it worthwhile. 15 love. Navone serving to stay in the match. Backhand goes into the backhand of Navone. Backhand Zverev. To the backhand of Navone in the stretch. Zverev with a forehand cross. Navone gets it. Zverev forehand to the backhand of Navone. Navone overhits that one and it's 15-0. $15 all. All right, 15 all. As Navone serves again. To the forehand Zverev. Return. Nope, that's called a let. As the return goes to forehand Navone. Backhand out from Zverev into the backhand of Navone. Forehand from Zverev to the forehand of Navone. As they go forehand to forehand. Navone up the line. Zverev's there with the backhand cross. Navone again to the backhand of Zverev. Navone backhand again to the forehand of Zverev. Into the forehand of Navone. Navone in the net though. 15-30. 15-30. Two points away. Zverev from getting through this match. $15-30. As the return goes into the forehand of Navone. Forehand from Zverev on the stretch. He puts up a lob, but it's not going to make it. And it's 30-0. Nice work from Navone. 30-0. Serve again. Into the backhand is Zverev. Backhand from Navone is Zverev. Backhand on the stretch. Goes in the net and it's 40-30. Zverev slaps the clay with his racket. 40-30. Navone to make Zverev serve for the match. All right, returns Zverev into the forehand of Navone. Zverev forehand again. Goes long, and Zverev's going to have to serve for this match. 5-3. By the way, Venus and Bolter won their doubles match. Love that. Love that for Venus. So Venus and Bolter winning the doubles today. All right, here we go, Zverev. Serving for the match. In what has been a very strange match. I don't know what. It's been a strange 24 hours. 5-3. Zverev serves. To the backhand of Navone. Return goes to forehand of Zverev. Navone, backhand. To the forehand of Zverev again. Cross court the forehand of Navone in the stretch. Zverev, forehand. Inside out winner. 15 love. 15 love. By the way, Zverev will take on Atman in the third round, who cramped his way through a win over Humbert in a couple of tiebreaks. And then the winner of that match will take on the winner of Hashanov Menchik, who both won pretty easy today. All right, first serve's a fault, second serve. All right, return goes into the forehand of Zverev. And Zverev hits a winner. 30 love. All right, 30 love. Zverev serves again. Great serve out wide. All right. Zverev with the 3 match points to get to the third round. Cobolli lost the first. All right. 40 loves Zverev. He serves. He serves a fault. Second serve. Into the backhand, Navone. Return to the forehand, Zverev. Navone backhand. Into the Zverev backhand is Navone backhand again. To the backhand is Zverev up the line. Navone forehand cross court. Zverev's there with a slice. Navone backhand. Into the Zverev backhand. Zverev goes up the line wide. And it's 40-15. Navone saves 1. 40-15. All right, 40-15. Still match point for Zverev. He serves. A fault. Second serve. All right, second serve Zverev. Into the back of Navone. Return goes back to Zverev. Drop shot's good. Navone gets it with a slice, but he pushed it long and Zverev wins. It was a strange match. I don't know what... I mean, it was like Zverev played well, but Navone, bad start. I don't know what to make of that match. It was weird. It was a strange roller coaster ride, but Zverev wins. So, yeah, was it a good win? Not really. I mean, but it was. I don't know. It was a strange one. It was almost like Zverev should have probably won in straights, but Navone is a bit of a clay guy, so that makes sense that he would fight to get a set. But yeah, weird. That was a weird match, that one. It was a quick match too, which is why it was so weird. It wasn't a really. You didn't feel like Zverev was going to lose that match once the third set started. Yeah. So Zverev gets through. Zverev wanted to play an extra set for fun. Sure. By the way, Ugo Carabelli won the first set against Cobolli. God, can you imagine trying to call that match? Carabelli. And then Tien and Vallejo are 4-4 in the first. Yeah, Swiatek lost, or she retired in the final set. Do you think Zverev's had a better career than Nalbandian? Yes. Yep. Nalbandian only made 1 slam final. Zverev's made 3. And Zverev was match point in one of them, and he was up 2 sets to 1 of the other. So, yes. Also, Zverev, I think, has won more 1000s, more ATP finals, and a gold medal. Yeah, so, yes. Zverev's had a better career than Nalbandian, for sure. All right. But yeah, we've got a couple hours until the next matches because we've got Sabalenka coming up in 2 hours. And then we've got Tsitsipas Bublik after that. Osaka's also playing, so we'll see what we do. We'll see which one we watch. If we watch both or one or what's happening. But also Medvedev's playing later. Shapovalov is playing later. Mute is playing later. There's a lot still to go. The Italians are playing at the moment. Pellini's down 5-4. She's in a battle. It's all happening. Yep, Osaka's playing later today. Yeah, she played great in that first round. She played a really good first round match against a very capable clay quarter. Etienne's playing now. He's battling. Yeah. And there's some doubles going on at the moment as well, I think. Or all the doubles finished. I think all the doubles are done for the day. So, yeah. No worries. Catherine, thanks for joining. Yeah, Osaka's playing after Medvedev. Also, Tien just got broken. But yeah, glad Zverev won. So far, it says he lost as well. Everybody, they got a massive glitch. All the winners lost. So the only player that didn't progress through the first match was Monfils, but that was to be expected. Everybody else won, so I'm happy. I still have a full team. Carnage avoided for now. I mean, Sinner played 3 sets. Zverev played 3 sets. Yeah. The other guy smashed it. All right. But I'll send you over the Sabalenka match. We've got a couple hours till that starts, and we will continue this day of madness. And hopefully, in the meantime, we'll know something more about Swiatek's retirement, reasoning around her retirement, and get some more information, hopefully, around that. Hopefully, in the next couple of hours, so that way we can understand if it was a pre-tournament or match illness, or if it was something that she picked up along the way. But Zverev wins in a weird 3-setter. Also, if you want to watch any of the men's matches, you can watch them on the Tennis TV app. Links in the description. We're collaborating with them for the rest of the year. 6-1, 3-6, 6-3. Zverev wins in an hour and 43 minutes. And he is into the third round. He'll play Atman in a couple of days' time. I'll see you guys for Sabalenka taking on Christian in about 2 hours.